Traveling between your bases or traveling between your storage room and your builds or something like that, that can be the most arduous part of building a Minecraft thing or playing Minecraft in general. And with 1.16.2 pre-release number 1, that has all been fixed. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a teleporter over infinite distances without any time, well, with a minimal amount of time in between. And quickly before we begin, I know it's really cliche to say this, but YouTube statistics does say that 81% of you who are watching aren't subscribed. And we recently hit 100 subscribers, so if you want to help me get on that road to 500, please do hit the subscribe button down below. Anyway, on to the video. So how does this work? So basically, the way this works is, let me just get an ender pearl out of my creative inventory and chuck it into this bubble column. Now you'll see that it doesn't go to the bottom. It's floating here as if it was another item or entity, like this item ender pearl. So the thing is, in previous versions of Minecraft, bubble columns wouldn't affect entities. So even snowballs, even eggs, they're all affected by bubble columns now, which means that you can keep them in stasis for as long as you want. Now, the reason this is cool is because this ender pearl thinks it's still being thrown. It thinks it's still in the air after the player has thrown it, which means even if I leave and I go and do something else, then when I get this ender pearl to finally land somehow, I will be teleported back to here. And that's the basic principle of how this teleporter works. So the main problem people run into when building a system like this, because it's actually pretty simple, is that chunks don't load. So let's say you want to travel thousands and thousands of blocks. You might not have the chunks loaded, so the ender pearl entity won't be loaded and therefore you can't teleport. Now the solution I came for that is that you just have a little terminal. So you might have seen in a bunch of these railway systems and for elytra flights and whatnot, when they're automated, there are terminals which you land at to just refuel or restock, and then you keep going again. So my idea was, let's just teleport all the way over to the red side, where the green side over there isn't loaded. As you can see, we come over here and we get immediately dispensed an ender pearl from this dispenser. Now you might be wondering how you get this many ender pearls, and if you're building a teleporter in your game, you're pretty late game, which means you probably have an enderman farm. And if you have an enderman farm, you have more ender pearls than you know what to do with. Anyway, you pipe those into here and all is good. When we hit the button, this signal traveled along all the way from our nexus all the way over to this piston, which pushed this block into, this block, which led to this ender pearl hitting the block and us getting teleported here. It also at the same time sent a signal to this dropper, which dispensed us another ender pearl, so we can immediately restock it and we don't have to worry about not being able to teleport here later because there isn't an ender pearl ready and waiting. So now, let's say we want to teleport to the green side, we wouldn't be able to normally because of chunk issues. If you want to load chunks, you'd have to get a permanent chunk loader over there, and that just gets a little bit too hassling. Now, if you want to learn how to build a permanent chunk loader, let me know down in the comments and I'll make a video on it. But what I came up with for now is you click the blue button to go back to the center. Then you obviously have to refill your center part. Then you go to the green station and boom, you're there already. So yeah, this is a pretty elegant solution if I do say so myself. And it means that traveling long distances, it used to be the nether that would be the best way to travel, then the elytra came, and then elytra plus nether became the best way to travel. Then the boats with ice thing was discovered, and that became the best way to travel. And now we have virtually instant travel using these little things. So now that's basically the proof of concept done, but now I'm going to hop into a tutorial on how you can build one of these in your very own survival world. So what do you need to build one of these in survival? Well, you will need 1 piece of soul sand, 1 water bucket, 7 kelp, 1 dropper, 28 random building blocks, and 1 sticky piston. You will also need quite a few scaffolding blocks, an extra random building block that you want of your choice if you're going to have this on the outside or you want it to look nice, otherwise you can just use a scaffolding block. You'll need obviously your tools to break and mine or whatever, redstone to link it up, and some ender pearls. So let's get all of this into our inventory and let us go and start the build. So we're going to start off by placing down some of our building blocks. So let's decide, let's say we want our column to be on this block here. This is the block where we want our water to be. We'll start by placing a few blocks around it until we are 7 blocks high. So let's start doing that, and I will be back once I'm done. Alright, so we've got our 7 building blocks in here. Now what we're going to do is place a water bucket down the center. Now we take our kelp out, we go to the very bottom, and we place it all the way up to the top. Now that we've placed it all the way up to the top, we go all the way back down again and destroy it. Now we place our piece of soul sand right down here at the bottom, and you'll see that we get rocketed up out of our little stasis chamber thing. So now we have the main part of the build completely done. This is our water elevator, which can keep our ender pearl in stasis. So now what you want to do is get a sticky piston facing inwards, add a piece of dirt or any block you want on top of it really. Then make sure your output or your input for the piston is facing into it. Don't run it next to it, run it into it. And then over here you want to place your dropper. Fill your dropper with your ender pearls, except for the one you're going to need at the very start. Place that one ender pearl into your stasis chamber. It will start bobbing up and down like so. Then connect up your dropper and your sticky piston to your input, which will be like your Nexus control panel, which I had over there. So now you just connect them up like this. And then once you activate this, what's going to happen is this piston will extend, you will teleport here, and this dropper will dispense you one ender pearl. Let's see it in action. So now let's quickly just give this a test run, shall we? So I'm over here, I'll press this button, and I get teleported all the way over here with an extra ender pearl in my inventory. Remember, I used my last one and shot it in there, but now I have one more. So if I go into game mode survival again, put this back into the stasis chamber and come over here, we will teleport again, and we will get another ender pearl. It's pretty simple actually. And yeah, that's the tutorial completely finished. So if you like this video guys, make sure to leave a like, share, comment, do all that good stuff. And also let me know down in the comments, because I am going to be making a video that could have been improved a lot by using this method, but I recorded it before 1.16.2 was released. So that will probably be the next video that you guys see from this channel. And if you want me to make another sequel to this video or that video, let me know down in the comments below. But this is it for this video. If you liked it, do make sure to subscribe. 80% if you aren't, so yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later. Goodbye.